Ugly, ugly, ugly. That's what many people think of the first generation Porsche Panamera. Maybe that's why their value has plummeted, making them surprisingly affordable on the used car market. But is it true that they're a maintenance nightmare? There are so many questions surrounding this car, so let's answer them and find out if you should seriously consider buying one. First, let's set the stage. We're talking about the Porsche 970 Panamera, which was produced from 2009 to 2016. In 2013, Porsche updated the entire lineup, refining the design, tech, and mechanicals. The Panamera came in a confusing array of different trims and specs, but here's a simple breakdown. Panamera, the base, rear-wheel drive with a 6-cylinder engine. Panamera S, a 4.8-liter V8 rear-wheel drive. The pre-2013 models were the only ones available with a manual transmission. Post-2013, the V8 was replaced by a twin-turbo V6. Panamera 4 and 4S, same as the base and S models, but with all-wheel drive. Panamera GT-S, a fully optioned 4S with more power. Panamera Turbo and Turbo S, turbocharged V8s with increasing power and all-wheel drive. Panamera Diesel and Hybrid rear-wheel drive models with a turbo diesel V6 or a supercharged V6 plus an electric motor, respectively. The uncanny valley of design. Let's address the most controversial part of the first-generation Porsche Panamera, its looks. It's a big car, and in standard form with small wheels and light colors, it can be unconvincing. The problem is what's known as the uncanny valley effect. It's not quite a wagon, not quite a coupe, and definitely not a sedan. Its proportions just feel a bit off, especially from the back and side. However, this same design language inspired the stunning Taycan Sport Turismo, so we have a lot to thank it for. A cabin that stands the test of time. Inside things are a different story. The interior is visually beautiful and has aged incredibly well. The design language, with its clean lines and a waterfall of buttons on the center console, still feels up to date and elegant. Build quality? It's a Porsche, so the materials are fantastic. Every button, every surface, and every piece of leather feels premium and solid. Ergonomics? The driving position is spot on. You sink down into the seats and feel completely connected to the car. Wear and tear? This particular car, with nearly 160,000 kilometers on the clock, shows remarkable durability. The leather is supple, there are no squeaks, and aside from a little wear on the door cards and some scratches on the gloss black plastic, which is a common issue on all cars, it looks nearly new. Practicality? The Panamera is surprisingly practical. It features clever hidden cup holders, expandable door pockets, and a spacious back seat. The original head of Porsche was tall, so he insisted that the rear could comfortably fit a tall adult, a fact that's still true. The Panamera's listback design is one of its biggest advantages. It offers a massive aperture, making it incredibly easy to load and unload cargo. The seats fold flat, and there's plenty of hidden storage space. This makes it far more practical than competitors like the M5 or E63.
Even on early models, the Panamera comes loaded with great tech, including a superb Bose sound system, dual-zone climate control, and power-adjustable seats. Higher specs add luxuries like adaptive air suspension and the Sport Chrono package. For safety, it has a 5-star rating and is packed with airbags, stability control, and pre-brake technology. Driving the Panamera feels incredibly special. Despite its size, the car feels engaging and involving with perfectly weighted controls. It's not embarrassing to drive, and in a high-end spec, it still looks more expensive than it is. The suspension, even on aftermarket coilovers, feels both nimble and luxurious, absorbing bumps remarkably well. The car's natural habitat may be the Autobahn, but it feels surprisingly at home on regular roads, handling like a well-sorted hot hatch until you're faced with a narrow street. It doesn't feel fast, but that's part of its secret. It's so refined that you're not fully aware of how quickly you're accelerating until you glance at the speedometer. Now, for the parts that might make you reconsider, owning a Panamera is expensive. A recent service bill on this car was a staggering $15,000. And if you bought one new, the depreciation is brutal. A 2015 Turbo S that cost $470,000 new is now worth around $150,000, a loss of over $300,000 in just 8 years. However, this massive depreciation means you can now get a base model for around the same price as a new Volkswagen Golf GTI. Common problems to watch for. Exterior: rust, especially around the strut towers and rear wheel wells. Faulty door handles and lock actuators. Suspension: issues with the air suspension and compressor, prematurely worn bushings and ball joints. Interior and electronics: glitching infotainment systems, inaccurate instrument cluster readings, and malfunctioning air conditioning. Mechanical: the heartbreak. Diesels, known for problems with injector seals, EGR leaks, and DPF issues. V6 petrols: trouble with turbos, oil leaks, and a complicated cooling system. V8s: the biggest issue is oil consumption and failing camshaft drive gears. A catastrophic failure can be ridiculously expensive to fix, often requiring a new engine. PDK transmission: while robust, a failure is usually catastrophic and extremely expensive to repair. Should you buy one? Let's split this into two groups. Group B: sensible, less money. Absolutely not. This car will send you broke. Its wonderful performance and unique style aren't worth the financial risk. Group A: mad, has money. Go for it, you crazy rascal. Your passion is what keeps amazing cars like this on the road. Financially, it might be a terrible decision, but the joy and emotion a Panamera provides are priceless. You're an idiot we love. Or you could consider a less risky but still high-performing option like a Lexus GSF. Let us know what you think in the comments.